evening. It's quarter to 8 on what was it, the 11th of March, 2021. Things are looking pretty green. Um, let's take a look at the top 10. We have Bitcoin at 57, and we have Ethereum at 1.8. We have Binance at 282.38. Tether's in fourth place. Cardano is $1.12 in fifth place. Polkadot's in sixth place at 37.15. Seventh place is XRP at 46 cents. Eighth place is Uniswap at 31.77. Ninth place is Litecoin at 208.81. And Chainlink is in 10th at $30 on the nose. Alright, let's go ahead and look over here at the Bitcoin price. Oh yeah, this is not financial advice. I'm in a hurry tonight, by the way, you could tell. Um, let's see. It's been about 9 hours since we talked last. We've only seen a small downward slide in Bitcoin, like overall, but let's see here. What's like the biggest change? A percentage in about 4 hours, so nothing huge. Um, but as we can see, we're starting to fall through the cloud down, even though it was kind of supportive at the time. And then we're seeing the cloud, the upcoming cloud, change into some resistance there. And then let's see if we like just look at some of the more indicators. We'll see the conversion line fell pretty hard through the baseline. Baseline's pretty flat. Conversion line's trying to turn it around, but we'll see lagging indicators below the price, the conversion indicator. Yeah, so that's all some downward signs there. And then, yeah, the support was pretty thin most that way. And then let's look at the EMAs. They're a little jumbled, where they're starting to invert. They're about halfway to inverting, so we'll see how hard that downward pressure is. But that's kind of what you'd expect, like we talked about last night. Actually, I think it was more like over here, because we were like right here last night. So I was saying, so if it popped up over here, it might bounce, it might come down here, but it kind of, if it comes down here, it usually kind of follows this line. So yeah, we'll see what it does for the next few hours, and move on to some news. So like this took a turn back the other direction. The SEC got shitty with Ripple, which I thought they were being cooler for a little while. SEC claimed Ripple has attempted to divert the court's attention with an invalid fair notice defense claims. Claimed its defense was not given fair notice of the SEC's actions and believed it resolved the issues with the Treasury Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. And that's kind of like the story I thought too. I thought they like cleared what their. Anyways, I've said it before. Those defenses should be stricken from the record. It's kind of a bizarre request, I think. And I'm like getting a little like I'm pretty irritated by this story already. Like, what's the date again? The 11th. Like, we're not even. Oh my god, we're 3 weeks away from this fucking. 4 weeks away from that happening. So like, this whole protest thing, it's important. The mining thing's a big deal. I think there's security risks that aren't being really addressed. The odds that the people in our community came up with were something like 30%, which is a pretty big risk to a network like Ethereum, especially. Double digit of anything is bad, but damn near a third of your scenarios turn out bad. Like it's pretty sketch. Pardon me. I wanted to point out when I highlighted the stuff in red here, it's because they're just downright wrong. Ethereum's developers are keen to ameliorate the persistently high fees and congestion on Ethereum. Well, I guess that sentence in and of itself isn't a lie, but in the sense that it's indicating or implying in any way that the EIP 1559 actually lowers the gas fees, like that's not the actual expectation. You can watch the news I did on it. You can go back to the Ethereum cat herders original source video and find that information. It's in like about 30 some odd 40 minutes into the video. They'll talk about that. You can look at the FAQ that was written on the proponent side of 1559, and even on the proponent side, they still say it will not lower fees that much. It may even raise them. Nobody is saying they'll lower fees except for people who are trying to spin the story against miners, and it's really frustrating to see that again and again and again. So it's highlighted in red. This isn't correct. If existing fee market will be replaced with a flat price, it is not a flat price. The price changes depending on the traffic, and it will be high. It will probably be as high as it is now, which is too high. The proposal is expected to discipline Ethereum surging fees, and so I guess that does tie back into the sentence, and it does actually implicate the sentence into saying 1559 will lower the fees, and it won't. Sorry to get hung up on that, but this little chunk here is bullshit, and let's move on. What's highlighted in green, I felt was actually well represented. As such, some miners have responded to the news by planning a show of force, advocating for Ethereum miners to redirect their hash power to the 1559 opposed mining pool, Ethermine. What should say one of the, because all of the mining pools, except for the one that I won't even get into it. Most of them are the ones I would ever mine at. I don't think the phrase "a cartel of miners" is actually any good. I think the whole point of GPU miners is, if you think developers is like herding cats, what do you think it's like with miners? I don't even think this is going to work, this whole thing, to be honest. I think we're embarrassing ourselves. But I think it's important to at least try, and I'm going to move my hash power over. The point of this article is that Ethereum 2.0 is going to get locked and loaded faster, and like, good for them. I think this whole experience has been plenty for me to leave Ethereum anyway, despite the profitability. I'm just that kind of dude. You know, nose off, spite face, whatever. So, yeah, I'm going to mine it up until the protest day, but then peace.